Hello gamers, welcome back to RPG A Day 2018. I'm Caleb and I'm going to take you through today on question 16. The question is, describe your plans for your next game. I kind of have a good answer for this because I have many planned and I'll just lay them all out instead of just singling out one. But right now I want to say, right now my priority is RPG A Day and it takes a lot of time to do. And right after that, I'm gonna get a game called Slipstream back up and running. I've played I ran one session of it. Slipstream, if you don't know, is a setting for Savage Worlds. It is a pulpy sci-fi in the vein of like Flash Gordon, Buck Rogers. Um, it's pretty fun. It's made to be not serious, like there's no laws of physics. It's just meant to be more fun, pulpy, adventure through space. So that's probably the next game that I will be running, because I've already run one session of it, and once RPG a Day is done, I'll probably get that one back up and running. The other game I have pretty much ready to go at this point is called For Coin and Blood. It's called a Grimdark OSR, the old school Renaissance. Now I'm actually not, I don't dislike, but I don't love OSR games for the most part. But this one appealed to me because you're evil in this pretty much. You're all bad guys, you're scumbags, like your anti-paladins, your assassins, your cut purses, like you purposely are playing as bad guys. And that kind of drew me to it. And that won't be I have a shortish campaign kind of written for that. I probably have I definitely had the first session completely plotted out. I have probably part of a second one plotted out, but that's one that will probably, after Slipstream, that one will probably get right up and going. I'll be running that. It's called For Coin and Blood by Gallant Knight Games. The other games I have kind of on the back burner, and I don't know if it'll be for this year or not, is kind of what's going to be, I consider it kind of like my flagship game, is going to be called Weird Tales. Now, I still don't know exactly what system I'm going to use for that. It's either going to be Savage Worlds or the Storyteller system. It's going to be like horror type games, but it's going to be, what's a good way to put this? Like the theme of it is going to be like, not a great example, but like ghost hunters. Like it's a group of people that go around, like they got to solve paranormal crap, investigate stuff. Use Ghost Hunter as a kind of example, but it's obviously going to be more on the horror side, the gory side, more an adult theme. And I have planned to do like mini campaigns with that, like 3 or 4 sessions, take a break. The next adventure will be like 3 or 4 sessions, take a break. That's kind of what I want to use eventually as the anchor for my channel. Is like do these, break other games, go back to this, other games. That's going to be Weird Tales. And then the big game I'm doing, the one that's probably going to be the most involved, is Vampire the Masquerade. I'm going to be using the new 5th edition. I have a massive campaign planned out for that. I have the PDF of it because the book came out at Gen Con. I pre-ordered the slipcase for it. The slipcase comes out in the fall with the core book and the first 2 source books. I think I'm going to wait till I get the slipcase and the physical book before I start plotting that. I do better with actual books than PDFs, but that's a big campaign. I'm planning like 3 the campaign's going to be in like 4 parts. And the first 3 parts is going to be a group of like probably 4, maybe 5 characters. The first each different characters, and then the 4th part's going to be a combination of characters from the previous ones and a big epic finale. So I think that kind of puts the next I know I answered a little more than usual, but probably Slipstream, For Coin and Blood, Weird Tales, and Vampire the Masquerade. That takes us through question 16. Hello, it's Caleb again, back with RPG A Day 2018. I'm going to be taking on question number 17, which is describe the best compliment you've had while gaming. Now I'm going to answer this as a player and a GM. As a GM, I think one of the first things I like hearing is the kind of the gut wrench episodes. I'm like, oh, that was awesome, because usually that's a good sign. And then I think the best compliment I've ever heard, and this is probably one a lot of GMs have heard, is like, oh, I can't wait to play this again. Like I want to play the next session like now. To me, that's like a sign that like, one, I did my job as a GM. Two, had made up a good story. Three, the other players like they all jive with each other usually. It's just like hearing the players say they want to come back and play is usually like the best thing I could hear as a GM. Now, as a player, the best compliment usually comes from the GM. Like the best compliment I've ever heard as a player is when a GM says, "Oh, I like that character. I want to see where he goes." And that's like, oh, so I actually like piked GM's interest with the character build, and like to me that's good. Hearing other players like say like, "Oh, that's a cool character," can work too. But I think like hearing the GM as a player, hearing the GM say like, "That's a really neat character. I'm curious to see where this goes." That's kind of the best compliment I've gotten as a player. So I guess today was nice and short, but as a GM, it's hearing the players they want to just play the next session now and they can't wait. And as a player, it's building a good character and seeing where it goes. So nice and short for today, but see you again for question number 18. Adios.